Hi. So today it's clean the house day. I've done every single floor. First off, I vacuumed. I did all the baseboards, vacuumed all the baseboards. I think I might have to get one of those metal brushes and because I've lived in this apartment quite a long time and the previous owners or the previous people who lived in here, they didn't wash the baseboards, and so I've been wiping them down, but there's still a crust of paint, like the paint that's kind of like the drippings. So I want to get that scraped down, and I want them to either come in and paint it. Like I'm perfectly willing to clean it up, right? I'm perfectly willing, and they can come in and paint over it and give it a nice coat of paint. There also are some electrical outlets that are still alive that I don't use, that when I wash the floor, I remember one time I was washing the floor and I got a lifter. I got a lifter, yeah. I went with the mop and I accidentally hit it. And I got one heck of a lifter. So I'll tell you, I want that fixed. And I think I'm going to put in a work request for them to do that. So there's a few things, but I did vacuum all the floors. I vacuumed every baseboard. I washed down everything, the cupboards, the tables, the bookcases, the pictures. I have a big wolf picture. I have two. So I washed them down. I cleaned everything up. I made sure that I got rid of all the cat hair because I do have a cat. And the cat was shedding at one point. I mean, now he's going to grow his winter fur, I guess. But yeah, my hair looks almost pink. anyhow, it's all good. What can I say? There's so many different aspects to getting older that sometimes it's kind of like it'll blow your mind away. Anyhow, so I've done all the floors, done all the vacuuming, everything. So this place is tickety-boo. It's tip-top. Everything's dusted. Furnishings. I even vacuumed the couch and took all the cushions and rotated the cushions and did all that stuff that you normally would do on a cleanup day. Now, because I have a problem with blood pressure, and sometimes my blood pressure is really, really high, and so I get dizzy, or sometimes it's really low, and I get dizzy, I get nauseated. So I'll chew the ginger, but I have run out of ginger. So I am using the ginger spice in my tea, and it's working good enough. I do like to chew the ginger because it gives me both the fiber and the anti-nausea type of whatever it is in it, the juice. So it's an acquired taste. You have to get used to the taste of ginger because I've had family members who tried it out and they said, whoa, I'm not doing that. Anyway, if you want to quit smoking, your best bet is to chew ginger coins raw, right from the root. So just say it, right? Anyhow, yesterday, on my way in yesterday, I had gone down to 129 pounds. And as I said, I'm on one meal a day. So I do the one meal a day. I'm not starving by any means. It would be a far stretch of the imagination to say I'm starving. I eat well. I just eat during that period of time. So, I've had people say, no, my goodness, don't do that. You're going to starve to death. No, I'm not. I'm not. We don't need to eat that often. And we certainly don't need to eat every, 4 hours? Like, you don't need to. As for anyone else, that's your life. That's your cycle. That's what you do. This is what I do. This is my healing journey. This is what I do. So I have gone down to 129. I want to get to 125. So as long as I'm not sick, as long as I'm able to accommodate that weight, I will continue. Now, I haven't been drinking the kefir because I ran out. Everything is on hold, basically until the end of the month, which is normal for people on low budget, right? So you got to budget for everything, even toothpaste. Like you really, really have to budget. I'm glad I don't use it anymore. I use baking soda and I use coconut oil. So, I'm lucky in that regard. There's so many things where I'm saving money. I don't use underarm deodorant. I don't need to. I don't need to. I use the castor oil with a little bit of either patchouli the natural patchouli essential oil. I put a little bit of fat in it, and I put it in my armpits, and it works. It works. I don't know. I don't sweat. I don't have this big perspiration problem. It works. And it doesn't ruin my clothes because it absorbs into the skin. So I'm not really concerned about it. But I save money on underarm deodorant. I save money on toothpaste. I save money on, geez, like so many things like cakes and cookies and sugary foods. I don't eat them anymore. So you can imagine how much money I save there. And if I want a sweet, I can bake it. I can bake it. I found the other day, I think I even posted it on the video, there are certain flours that are totally gluten-free. And I'm trying to remember what they are. They're flours and some grains. So quinoa is one, which I had tonight for my supper. I had quinoa with garlic and chicken. It was so good. I wish I had more vegetables put in it, and I think next time I will, but I did. I put a lot of garlic. I put oregano. I put all sorts of spices in it. And it was so good, and it filled me right now. So you could either eat quinoa for breakfast, throw some raisins in, or you could eat it for supper and throw some vegetables in and some meat in. So that's what I did, and I really, really liked it, and I'm going to continue to do it. However, if I wanted to make something sweet, if I had a craving for something sweet, I could very well make cookies, crackers. I have a recipe that I put online on one of my videos for gluten-free crackers with spices. You can use oregano, you can use garlic, you can use like basil, you can use like Italian spices, anything, any type of spices you can put in. And what I want to learn to make is I want to learn to make crisps. You can buy them at the store, and they have dates and pomegranates and raisins and all those type of chewy fruits in them. And I want to learn to make them because they're so expensive. So I looked at the package, and I looked at the back of the package, and I'm going to have to budget for those extra things like dates, raisins. What else did they have? Cranberries. They had those type of things in the crisp. And all it is, it's basically a flatbread, which I have a recipe for, a flatbread, and then you put all those ingredients in, and it is so good. They sell it at Loblaws where I live, and I love it, but I can't afford it. It's way too expensive, and I would have to work it into my budget. So this month, coming up of August, I'm going to accommodate for that because I think, it wouldn't hurt me to try some new foods, right? So I have been doing really good, gluten-free. I have not been eating white bread so far. I think last week I only had a little bit of bread left. I wanted to use it up. So I had the bread with organic peanut butter. And I do have a jar of ordinary peanut butter, and it's pulling me. It's pulling me to go to the fridge, take it out, and grab one of my last pieces of bread from that whole wheat bread, which actually turns to sugar in my system. So you know what I'm saying? I'm fighting this battle. Yeah, I'm fighting this battle where I have to really guard myself. I have to keep focused on what I want to achieve with my body and with my health, and it's hard. It's hard. When you walk past the store and you smell the popcorn, you smell the candied popcorn. I walk to the mall. You walk past, they have this big outfit where they sell just popcorn. Oh, yeah. Oh, just it's just like as you walking by, it's like, anyway. But I've been doing it. So this week I'm going to go to the health food store. I've got a big long list of things I'm going to look up. I looked up potassium glycinate and potassium glutamate. So which one is good for my heart? Now what they're saying is glycinate is, but I heard that glutamate is. So I need someone who knows what they're talking about to tell me which one of those is better for my heart. And who better to ask than a holistic practitioner. So the people that own the health food store, they practice this stuff. It's like a religion to me. So I'm going to ask them. So when I do go there, I'm going to ask them what potassium I should get, what magnesium I should get, and fluoride. So I truly believe that I have an overabundance of fluoride in my system. Okay, I truly, truly believe that because I was having so many symptoms. And if it wasn't from the black mold, which they're saying, no, no, don't worry, that's not black mold. Okay, so if it's not mold, then I was getting these symptoms somewhere because I have been really, really healthy lately until that black mold situation. So what I'm thinking, maybe it is, maybe it's the fluoride in the water. So magnesium and calcium actually, but I do not take calcium and I will never take calcium. I will take magnesium. And the magnesium will help get rid of the extra fluoride in my body. So the fluorine, the fluoride, whatever you want to call it, the magnesium helps to get rid of that. And you will also get a lot of muscle cramps if you're low on magnesium. And I have run out for 2 months now. I haven't been able to purchase magnesium anywhere. Finally found the place I can purchase it, and I'm going to stockpile some. I'm going to get a few of them. So I have been having a lot of muscle cramps, a lot of leg cramps, a lot of Charlie horses. I wake up in the morning and I have it feels like my muscles been working overtime, right? In my one leg. So I'm very cautious about that. It did say lower amount of magnesium in your system if you're inadequate in that area, that it will cause muscle cramps. So those are the things that I am going to load up on this month. I'm going to try. Things are so expensive. I looked up magnesium online. Was it magnesium? No, potassium. Potassium oronate is $36. Potassium oronate is the one that I truly should be taking, but I can't afford it. So magnesium glycinate is $12 on sale at Walmart. Yeah, so I have to traipse around to all these different stores. Thank God I can still walk because I'm not going to be able to buy what I need to buy at one particular store. And I don't have a car anymore. I ride the bus. I use a backpack. So, you know what I'm saying? And a walking stick. So, you do what you got to do, right? I mean, I didn't marry wealthy, you know? Well, they might be wealthy now, but I'm not. So anyhow, yeah, so those are circumstances that I have to deal with in my life, and I'm okay with that. I'm not whining. I'm not complaining. I'm perfectly content with my life and my goat and the things that have come up in my life and how I'm going to combat them and how I'm going to protect my health the way that I can and the way that I have to. I am very excited about my green pepper plants. Green peppers, they are like massive trees, and I finally started to get some blossoms. So I'm so excited, so excited. And then I was watching Barbara O'Neill, and she said that on her peppers are not good for her. I'm hoping to goodness they're good for me because I love peppers. I love green peppers. I love hot peppers. I love chili peppers. I love all those things, right? So, and that's another thing. I have to make out a big, long grocery list of all the stuff I need, and I am out of everything. Everything. I went to have my quinoa, and I wanted to put it in the frying pan, like the cast iron frying pan. I wanted to warm it up with a little bit of virgin olive oil. I ran out. Yeah, I had no virgin olive oil. So it was just a little bit of water, and I steamed it. Like, you do what you got to do. I mean, it's not like, you know, it's not killing me not to have virgin olive oil. So I just put a little bit of water in and I steamed it, and it was just as good. Just as good. So I have to start stockpiling some of the stuff. So I do need dehydrated onions, because when I purchase onions, for some reason, they say don't keep them in the fridge, but if I don't keep them in the fridge, I get those little gnats. So they said to put it in a nylon stocking and to tie it and to hang it. So I tried that. So far, there's no gnats, but we'll see what happens. I don't know what the nylon does for it, but my onions got soft in the fridge, so I have to get more onions. So what I was thinking is it's better for me to get dehydrated onions because then I have them when I need them. And I use a lot of onions, a lot, a lot. However, I'm fairly certain that the benefit you get from onions, okay, is the juice. Yeah. And in dehydrated onions, you don't have that juice. Just like ginger. I chew ginger, and I used to buy dehydrated ginger. In fact, I dehydrate ginger myself when I can afford to buy enough of it. So I remember in previous months, especially I think it was last year during the winter, I bought tons and tons of ginger, and I chopped it in little points, and I dehydrated it on my dehydrator. I just have a little dehydrator. It's not a big fancy one. And I had dried dehydrated ginger in the cupboard. At any point in time, I could put my hand in, take a couple of flakes out, and chew it. And it worked. It worked. The same thing. I still got the juice, even though it was dehydrated. So, you know, the good thing is when you put ginger in your mouth and you chew it, right? If it's dehydrated, it will kind of kickstart your salivatory system. And that is like stimulation, right? It stimulates, I don't know how to explain it professionally because I'm not a doctor and I'm not a holistic practitioner. I am a client. Anyway, but it will stimulate those enzymatic processes that break down your food. Yeah. So, you know, it's really important not to drink water with your meal. You drink water after your meal. And you don't drink it right away. You leave a little bit of time in between when you finished your meal and when you have your drink. You know what I mean? Because if you drink water, it will dilute those juices, those enzymes that you need to break down the food. Yeah, to aid in digestion. And I choose to follow the holistic practitioner's Bible, and I do that. I will drink if I want to drink. I'll have a drink before supper, you know, and then it's about half an hour before I cook it, and then I eat. And then if I want another drink, even a cup of tea in the evenings, I will wait a half an hour after I eat and have my tea with either ginger or cinnamon. So it works for me. It does. It truly does. Now, I am going to say something about my hair. Now, I am not using shampoo anymore. Yeah, sounds kind of weird, but I'm not. I'm not. I don't use conditioner or shampoo anymore. I got a small travel pack, kind of like it's like a gift, you know, they let you try a product. And I got a small travel pack of coconut oil conditioner. Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Like it's wonderful. It really is truly wonderful. Now the shampoo, I'm not really sure if I like it because it doesn't lather up. Like a normal shampoo has sulfate in it. And that's what helps the shampoo lather, right? It gives that kind of foaming when you wash your hair. But this shampoo, it's organic, and it doesn't have that foaming action. It just literally washes your hair like bland. And it's frustrating. Yeah, so I'm going to see if I can find something else that is organic, that is natural, and isn't going to make my hair fall out. So yeah, so I'm going to look at the health food store for shampoo. I love the coconut oil conditioner. I'm going to get more of that. And what else have I? I've saved money on a lot of aspects of my personal care. My makeup. I mean, I basically threw out all my eyeshadow, my blush, my everything that was a powder. It's gone. It's gone in history. Somebody else wants it, then go get it. But I'm not using it. So it all went in the package. I put it downstairs in case somebody wanted to use it or didn't have the issues with it that I do. So I don't use any of those products anymore. As you notice, I have eyebrows now. Yeah, I'm so excited. That's castor oil. Yeah, but they're dark. Yeah, that's not what do you call it? The eyebrow mascara. That's not eyebrow mascara. That's real. That's eyebrow. I have eyebrows now. It was a long period of time I had no eyebrows. You know how hard it is to put makeup on when you have no eyebrows? Okay. Next, I use eyeliner. I love my black eyeliner, but I'm very, very, very cautious now, okay? I haven't found an organic eyeliner. I haven't, can't lie. I've been using the eyeliner that I've always used my whole life, the crayon. However, I only put it on the top, a really thin line right there. I don't need it anywhere else. However, I find that it leaks, and it leaks into the bottom lid, and I end up with a line of eyeliner under here, which I didn't put there. And so I'm constantly always cleaning it off, but that's all the makeup I have on today. Yeah, that's it. Oh, no, no, that's a lie. See, I love mascara. I have one or two little slaps of mascara on that top eyelash. Yeah. But I'm using castor oil on them with a mascara brush that I cleaned, and I comb them, and I comb the castor oil into the eyelashes, and I'm finding that they're getting longer. Is that possible? Like, it makes me wonder if it's my imagination. Like, seriously, you know what I'm saying? But they're longer, and doesn't take as much mascara to make them look thick. What else? My lipstick, it is an organic, what's it called? Beeswax? Is it beeswax? Lipstick. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm going to try to make it. I do have, what are they called? Food flavoring, right? Food flavoring that does not have any chemicals at all. It's all natural. Strawberry, vanilla bean, and something else. And what I can do is I can put that in castor oil. I can use it as a lip gloss. I can put it in castor oil, use it under my armpits, and it gives, like if strawberry, can you imagine smelling like a strawberry all day? I do. I can. Yeah. And that's how I do it. Yeah. And vanilla bean, I love vanilla bean. So I'm saving myself money on all sorts of products. And that is where the problem is for what would you call those in a position of authority economically, you know what I'm saying? Because the companies that make these products make money. They don't want to lose that money. So what do? They try to shut down the little guy who's selling organic lipstick, organic makeup, organic foods, organic hair care products, organic supplements, okay? And they've done it. They've done it. I mean, there was recently a thing where they did a recall on all supplements. I think it's LITE supplements, light supplements, Weber supplements. Like so many of the products that I use were recalled, and they didn't give a date. They said all Weber products have got lead in them, all of them. How do they know? Did they check every single product? Because what they said is the ones that they have just checked, that they were given just now, had lead in. But did they check one from like, I don't know, months ago? No, they didn't. Why? Because after the expiry date, they throw them out. So there's none to check. You know what I'm saying? But I've been taking the same supplements for like 10 years, 12 years. I'm better now than I was before. Before, I was taking ibuprofen, I was taking Advil, I was taking like Benadryl, I had allergies, I had heart problems, I had high cholesterol, I had a lot of things. Yeah, yeah. And I cut out a lot of the things that I was purchasing on a regular routine basis from shoppers, from the drugstores, from Rexall, and I'm not saying anybody stop using them. I'm saying that for me, I was spending all my money on things that were making me sicker. I was dyeing my hair constantly. I was always dyeing my hair. I see a gray hair and I dye it. I don't do that shit anymore. This is it. And I mean, it looks kind of pink today, but it could be just the lighting. I didn't dye pink. I have no intention of dyeing it pink. I think it's just my camera because it's white. It's white. I have a few brown streaks at the back, and that's all that's left. Yeah. And I had dark auburn hair, so, you know, and I'm perfectly content. I don't use, what do you call it? I use sunscreen, okay? I don't use sunscreen. I don't use sun lotion. I use nothing that has any chemicals in it, unless there's no chemicals, it's organic, I will purchase them. So I haven't been able to purchase any sunscreen, but see my tan? And that's just from my walks. Yeah, that's from my walks. But I'm getting my little shot of vitamin D, so, you know, and I don't burn like I used to. Back in the day when I used suntan lotion, and geez, there was a time when I was using, back in the day, I think it was in the 70s, we were using, what do you call it, butter. Butter. I was slathering my body with butter. Oh, the shit we did in the 70s. Oh my God. And iodine. So I'm kind of wondering, did I do good for me or did I do bad for me? Because I used a lot of, like I used iodine. I was never short on iodine in my body because I used to put it in with the butter and I would smear it on and I would get a beautiful tan. Beautiful tan. Yeah, that's what I did back in the 70s. I truly did. I'm not lying. I swear to God, that's what I did. And the old-fashioned iodine, the iodine provolone or whatever in the little bottle, yeah. Yeah. I learned that trick from a girl I met before I joined the military, yeah. And so we would go to the beach, we would suntan, and I'd come home, I'd be just beautiful tan, beautiful tan. I mean, it didn't hurt me because I was healthier then. It's when I became, I think I was, I can't even remember when I had the first heart attack. Or my heart attack. I think I was in my 40s, but I was working so much. I was working 3 contracts. 3 contracts at one time, just trying to pay my rent and buy food. Yeah, that's how bad it was. That's how bad it was. Basically worked all day and all night. I would go to work at a long-term care from 3 till 11 p.m. and then from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. or was it 8? 7 a.m. I would work as a crisis counselor overnight at a retirement home. And trust me, it was a lot of work because you not only had to watch all those people if they had heart attacks or whatever, but you also had to do the cleaning and the preparation for the next day. And anybody who works at a retirement home on midnights, listen, you have my sympathies. I know how hard it is. Yeah. Then at 7 o'clock, I would go and for Bayshore, one of the community programs, I would actually go and get a person up on my way home. I would get them up and get their breakfast ready. And I was able to do it. I did it. I did it. And then I'd go home and I'd sleep, and then I'd wake up at 3 o'clock, and, well, 2:30, and I'd go do it all over again. Mm-hmm. I lasted doing that. Jesus. I worked 2 contracts for a year and a half. 2 contracts. The long-term care and the retirement. Okay? I think it was a year and a half. And then for the community care and the long-term care and the retirement home, the 3 of them together, I only lasted 6 months. And on the 6th, or the day of the 6th month, I had a heart attack. And I didn't even realize I was having one. The head nurse said to me, I wasn't feeling good, I was kind of dizzy, and she said, let me check your blood pressure. Because she knew I was working 3 contracts at that time. And she checked my blood pressure and she said, you, young lady, you're going to the hospital right now. And I didn't want to go. I was like, no, I don't go. I have to give so-and-so a bath. And she said, you're going, or I'm going to take you off the floor. So I went. I got in there. They gave me the blood thinner immediately. and saved my butt. They saved my butt. They stopped the heart attack, but they wanted to monitor me, so they kept me in a room. And I'm kind of like, I want to get moving. I want to get this over with. I don't want to. I got bills to pay. I got rent to pay. I got food to buy. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to miss any work. So I signed myself out of the hospital and I went home. And it was, I didn't have another stroke until 10 years later. Yeah. Yeah. 10 years later. That's how long it took me, 8 or 10 years. I can't be actually positive, but I think it was 10 years. Let's say 8 to be on the safe side, because I don't even pay attention to it. Because it's life. That's life. But yeah, so I had all these health issues, but I had these health issues not because of what I was eating, because I never really ate a lot of sugar. I never really ate a lot of fried foods. I was always aware. I was a lot bigger, but I think at my biggest before I had the heart attack and went on the medication, or the stroke, and I went on the medications, I was maybe 140, 145, right? Yeah. I'm 129 now. I feel healthy. I feel good. My skin is better. I mean, and I smoked back then. So think about it. High stress, 3 contracts, 3 jobs, barely getting any sleep. I mean, I would sleep from 7 o'clock till 2:30. So 7 to 8 to 9 to 10 to 11 to 12 to 1 to 2. Well, I was getting 7 hours a day. You can survive on 7, 8 hours of sleep a day. That's what I was getting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I was getting, sufficient sleep, I would say. But the stress was a killer. The stress is a killer. And that goes for cancer, that goes for heart attack, that goes for stroke, that goes for neurological problems. Stress is a big factor in any disease. And I believe that any type of disease starts in the gut. When you're working as hard, and a lot of people nowadays have to work so many contracts, they don't just work one job nowadays. They got to work 2 or 3. Yeah. And both of them have to work a couple of jobs in order to make the bills. That's how expensive it is, even to buy groceries, like seriously. And that is stressful, and that creates illness. That will create problems with your gut microbiome. Stress will kill your probiotics in your gut, and you need them. You need the bacteria, you need the viruses, you need those things in your stomach. We are living, breathing ecosystems within an ecosystem that's within an ecosystem. I mean, we're just part of the whole. It's like taking an apple and you peel the apple. You have the peel, you have the fruit, you have the little things that go, the protectors that go around the encapsules that protect the seeds. You have the seeds, and then inside the seeds you have another ecosystem. And we're the same way. We have skin. Our skin is living, breathing. I mean, skin is a living organism. And then just keep going in. Even our eyelashes. Put an eyelash under a microscope. Yeah, I hear. Put it under a microscope and you will see we have all these different ecosystems. And if we're not taking care of the main one, it's going to affect all the others. Yeah. And that's what happens. And that's what happened to me. Until I got smart and I said, enough's enough. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not taking medications anymore. I'm not eating trans fats. I do not buy anything in a box anymore. I did. Like last year even, like even 6 months ago I did, because the money was really tight and I had to buy something to sustain myself. Mm-hmm. Egg rolls. Egg rolls were on sale for like $2 and I got a big package of them. So I bought them because I thought, well, yeah, you know what? There's going to come a time, because money gets short toward the end of the month, there's going to come a time that I might need to eat those. But after not doing it for a long period of time, and then you have an egg roll, it doesn't taste right. It tastes like cardboard. Yeah. I had chicken balls, and they were breaded. Oh, and I used to love them. Yeah. Tastes like cardboard. Just tastes bland. Yeah. So what I actually did with the egg rolls is I scooped out the vegetables and I put the outside part with all the junk in it. I put that in the compost. Yeah. And I will continue to do that. So I am going to buy a cabbage. I'm going to make cabbage rolls. I'm going to make a whole bunch of them and freeze them. I'm going to make gluten-free crackers, the rice flour crackers. I'm going to make them. I'm also going to make quinoa crackers. I can't wait to try them because I like that texture of it. So when you cook them in the oven and you broil them, when you're cooking the crackers, you broil them on low, it'll make those quinoa crispy. Yeah, and I have tasted them somewhere. I actually tasted them with a little bit of honey mixed in with it. So I'm going to try that. I got to get some chia seeds because apparently if you're using gluten-free bread, it doesn't stick together if you're making bread because it's got no gluten in it. And glue is what keeps the white bread together and it gives it that kind of like spongy, right? So I think they said chia seeds mixed in with your gluten-free flour, and it will help it all stick together. So I get a lot of my information from Barbara O'Neill. I also get it from a guy by Dr. Berg. I get it from Healthline on YouTube, on the internet. So I get it from various areas. So I don't just get my information from one particular YouTube presentation or one particular agency like Healthline. Healthline Canada is a good one. I get it. Healthline.ca, I think it's called. They have good information, and they don't shoot no shit like the rest of them. You know, like if you type in, this is what I typed in. Okay, is magnesium glycinate better for your heart health, or is magnesium glutamate better for your heart health? Type that into the internet and see what you get. Because every single answer is different based on who they're vying for, right? Seriously. Check it out. Magnesium glycinate versus magnesium glutamate for your heart health. Check it out. Yeah, check it out. Because you know what? This is all about research. This is all about knowing your body. This is all about getting healthy, but your own way. Yeah. Because they don't always know what they're talking about. I mean, they said that baby powder was perfectly safe. Yeah. And then we find out, 20 plus years later, that baby powder causes cervical cancer. Yeah, so just be aware of some of the sites that like to push their own ideologies or their own views. So I shall see you in the next video. Good Lord, be Lord. Bye.